Right, I found the red tape. I keep it at the other end of the craft room on what I call my sewing end, because there's no heating at that end, so I don't want this to dry out. So I keep it well away from the radiator that I'm sitting next to now. It's actually, I've got a filming table up there as well, but because I've been sorting my craft room out, everything's in the middle, because if you remember, I put everything out in the tent and it rained, everything got wet, so everything was brought back in. So the craft room is in the middle again, but at least I can get to my chair and I can craft, which I couldn't before. But I mean, it's really, really stormy at the moment. It's useless trying to do anything. So as soon as I get a few dry days, I'll be cracking on with the craft room and getting it sorted out. Yeah, I'll be getting it sorted out and getting it all tidy and stuff put away, and it's just a mountain of things again. So although it looks bad to me, it's not as bad as it was. That's what I have to remember. I have got rid of so much stuff. It's unbelievable. And I just need to decide what crafts I'm going to stick with now to the end of my days. I saw some lovely crafts when we went to West Point, Exeter, to the craft show back in the autumn, and I was so tempted, and I just thought, no, you are not having any more craft things. You stick to what you're doing. Don't start anything else, because you'll end up with more stuff that you can't find a home for. I thought, I don't need a craft room. I need a lock-up, a big warehouse to keep all my stuff, and I thought, it's not any good. I need to just get rid of it. Right, there we are. That's that on there. Let's go for it. Be brave. That looks about right. There. So it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to look nice. I used to not do things because I thought everything had to be perfect. So I didn't do things. Like, I've wanted to make videos and share them with you with the things that I do. You know, not everybody's interested, but somebody out there will be interested, a like-minded soul. And I've wanted to do it for years, and I've put it off and put it off because I didn't have the right stand or the right tripod or the right light, or you know, my craft room was in a mess or something. And I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it. If people will like to watch, I'm really pleased. I love sharing my craft with people, but if they don't, that's okay too. You know, everybody's different and everybody likes doing different things. Right, so that is the album so far. We have the cover done, the gifts, and the inside done. So now I'm going to put the tape on so that I can put the where I stuck that on the ribbon, it's not very good, so I'll take that bit off. Right, now I put it over the middle all the way, turn it over the middle spanning the join. There we are, and a little crossover. Do the same on the other one. Across the join. Across the join. And back to the beginning. with a slight crossover. There we are. Now I'll get I'll work this in really well. I want it to really, really stick well to the cover underneath. I've done this on other albums I've had, and none of them have come off to date, so that's good. I thought perhaps they might dry out, you know, and fall off, but you know they haven't. I can't get that off. Let's find my pokey tool. There we are. Oh crumbs, I hope I've got enough of this. Here it is. That's it. Right, let's see how we're doing. I'll start at the bottom, I think. I've got a little bit of sticky or something on there. Perhaps where it was tidied up. Right. Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty. I'm glad we decided on the sparkly stuff. Yeah, I'm glad we decided on the sparkly stuff. That's lovely. Right. Oh, I'm stuck to the paper. Don't do that. There we go. Right, and make sure I'm right over the... There, look at that. That's lovely. I'll just put a little tiny bit of red tape under there to hold that down. You can have a bit of an overlap going on. I've got it going so that the overlap is coming down. That's the top of the album, so I've got the overlap coming down on the inside, so you're less likely to see the join than having the light coming at it from above. Right, let's see if we can get this little edge off. This is always tricky, this stuff. There, and then there we are. And cut that off. There we are. How's that? Okay. That's the front with sparkles and red berries put on with the drops. I think it'll be quite nice. I'll do these in there, make that 3D. This perhaps not inside then, perhaps on the outside. That would be really lovely. Yes, I'll do that. Have we got a star on any of the Christmas trees? No, there's no star on the Christmas tree, just lights. It's a really pretty page actually, isn't it? It's lovely. Right, that's that side. Now let's do this side. Now that's the top, this is the bottom. Right, before I start, I'm going to pick that up and get that down like that, so that I haven't got that messing around that I had before, pickle. Right, pull this back. We'll start at the bottom. Where did I start? About there. There we are. And then around the front. To make sure I've got no tape showing either side. There we are. Oh, that's lovely. Take that little bit off. Guide it down to there. There we are. Then we need a little bit of tape under here to secure the end. There we are. That's nice. I like that. Work that adhesive into the back of the ribbon and the paper. We really want that fixed. Now, I don't know if you can see, but there's a little hole there where the handle was, and there. But because it's on the wreath, I thought I might be able to put a few little tiny gems in there to cover it up, and nobody would be none the wiser. I've got them on here, look, too, in exactly the same place. So I thought a few tiny little gems or dots or, you know, jewels, whatever I decide, will be just the job. Oh, let me just have a look at this. Is this on right? Or have I missed? No, that's perfect. So there we have the finished cover for 2025. Except, I say finish, I've got to put the date in there. But that's the front. That's the spine. That's the back. And that's inside. So I'll leave it there for today, and I'll get organised now to start thinking about some pages to go inside, what I'd like to say. As soon as I've got organised, I'll be back with you and we can do some more. Thank you ever so much for sharing this with me. It's been lovely to do it instead of doing it on my own. It's been lovely to share it with someone else. I hope that it gives you a little bit of inspiration to write a little diary, or you know, take some photos and record what's going on in your life at Christmas, because it is a joyful time of year if you've got somebody to share it with. I understand there are a lot of people that don't like Christmas, and that's fine, but I really want to enjoy this season, and this is one of my go-to ways of really enjoying the season is doing my December daily. As I say, I've got 5 up on the shelf that I've already done, and I was so excited this year waiting for my album to arrive so that I could start. So I'm really happy to share it with you. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.